Hey, it's Emily, and today I am jumping on a bandwagon, and that bandwagon is the conversation about YouTube, which is very vague, seeing as there's always a conversation going about YouTube. More recently, it's a conversation that was started by Jack Howard about content on YouTube, and I guess it's originality and, you know, how fun it is now and how interesting it is to watch. There's also been, like, a side conversation about small YouTube versus big YouTube, I guess. I'm going to be talking about both of those things combined and more like the long-term effects, if that makes sense. Don't know. The thing with YouTube is that when it promotes things, it always promotes the big channels, the music videos, blah 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 blah. And this is because it's just how business works. When you run a business, you want to maximize profits, so obviously the best way to go about those things is by advertising your already high-earning employees. Let's put it that way. Because when you're advertising them, more people are going to be able to see them, and more people are going to watch their videos, which generates more revenue, meaning there's a larger profit. But this also brings up a big problem for all the smaller YouTubers who can't get noticed. If you want people to see your videos, if you're a small YouTuber, you A, have to try and shout louder on other platforms, or B, be shouted out by a YouTuber who's bigger than you. But why can't YouTube do it itself, you know? It's made for everyone, therefore it should be publicizing everyone. Now, here's where my problem comes in, is that since we're talking about content on YouTube as well, what you notice is that the larger YouTubers, I'm not speaking for all large YouTubers or anything, but generally the content is quite repetitive and it's really difficult to phrase these things without people getting offended or hurt, but generally the content isn't that original. So I can't really speak on behalf of originality because, let's face it, I'm not that original. I'm making a vlog and following a trend. Can't get less original than that. So these smaller YouTubers are basically like a fresher breath air, because I've grown up watching these big YouTubers and watching them get bigger, and that sounds really weird, but the point is that when you've been on the platform so long and you've found your thing, you just continue making your thing, and generally that gets a bit repetitive after a while, I guess you could say. I watched a response video by Zana, Not Just Blonde. One of the first things she says is along the lines of, I haven't really been looking forward to watching my subscriptions anymore. And I relate to that on such a high level, because that's just been me for the past month, at least, I don't know, for a while. You aren't really looking forward to it because it's the same thing. I went through this massive phase last year where I just tried really hard to find smaller YouTubers, because what the mainstream YouTubers, what YouTube was advertising to me just didn't feel like it was enough. It was the same thing. It was what I've been watching for the past 5 years, and I wanted something new, but I couldn't find it. And I found it now, and and it's honestly, I really enjoy watching all these small YouTubers, and if I had to pick which YouTubers I could carry on watching, it would probably be the smaller YouTubers, just because I haven't been watching them for as long and their content is a lot newer to me. And that's where my whole problem with YouTube comes in, is because these big YouTubers, their content is still enjoyable, but it's the same thing, and YouTube just continuously advertises their content to you, and obviously you know about their content, you've been watching their content. It's the only thing that's advertised to you, and there's a reason you're not watching it, and it's because it's just not tickling your pickle anymore. That also sounds pretty weird. YouTube isn't promoting their smaller YouTubers who can bring this breath of fresh air to the community, to everyone who's watching YouTube, and that's gonna be the end of YouTube, honestly, because the more you advertise the same content, the more people are going to become uninterested and not want to watch YouTube. The chances are people are going to be so uninterested in YouTube, they're moving on to other platforms. YouTube is pushing away people who want to see more original content because they want to maximize profits. which is gonna work in the long run. I'm sorry, YouTube, but if you want to maximize profits now, you're not gonna have any profits in the future. So my point is that yes, larger YouTubers' content is original or was original at some point, but it's the same content we've been seeing for ages, and smaller YouTubers, their content, although it may be similar, they've put their own spin on it, which makes it feel more original. Therefore, it should be advertised as much as, or maybe there should be like a different section of YouTube even, just to find smaller YouTubers. You know, just thinking out loud here. So that way people can stay engaged and interested in what YouTube's offering. So yeah, I think that is roughly all of my opinions on this subject for today anyway, and I'm glad that I finally made a talkie video because I've been missing that. My heart is happy. What's your opinion? Direct me to like good videos. See you sometime, don't know when.